Hello everyone. Today let's solve the problem number 746, minimum cost climbing stairs. So what the question states here, you are given an array cost and where iterated value of the cost is the cost of ith step on the staircase. You can clearly see here we are given an array cost where iterated value of the cost represents the cost to step on the ith stair. That's what they have given here, right? So we can start from either index 0 or we can start from index 1. See, this is index 0, 0 index, right? So we can either start from the index 0 or we can either start from the index 1 as well, and can move either one step or two steps at a time. We can either move one step here. If we start from 0th index, we can just give me a second here. Yeah, if I can start from 0 here, I can start from 0 or first index, right? So if I start from here, either I can move to 15 or I can move to 20, or one step or two steps at a time they have given. So what is our main goal then? Our main goal is to find the minimum cost to reach the top of the floor. So we have to find the minimum cost of reaching the top. So here let me tell you one more thing here. When they have given 10, 15, 20, so 20 is not the top. The top is next index to the last element. So this will be top. 10, 20, 15 top we have to consider. This one will be the top basically. So don't get confused here. This is one of the important things. So here and this step. So you can either start from 0th index or the first index they have given, and we can move either one step at a time or two steps at a time. That's what they have given here. So I hope the question is completely clear. Let's read the explanation what they have given here. So we can start at index 1, or you will start at index 1 here. So if we start at index 1, 15 will be the cost, and we have to pay 15 and climb two steps to reach the cost. Two steps to reach the cost means next to the index next to 20 will be the top, right? So here we will go here and we will move to index, this one will be 1, right? Index 3. So here this is index 1, index 2, sorry, index 0, index 1, index 2, and top will be at index 3, right? We can come here at the index, so we can just move to index 1 initially. Let's start with index 1, pay 15 and move to this one, index 3, nothing but top. Two steps we are moving. So what it will become, so we have to pay 15, cost 15 and climb two steps to reach the top. That's what they have given here. The total cost will be 15. This is the minimum cost that is required to climb the top. Same goes with example 2 as well. Here you can start here, they have started from 0th index, means next avoid the hundreds because the cost will be more here. Avoid 100 as much as possible. So if we will come here in this case, just give me a second here, we will come here 0th index, then we will move to second index, right? Second to 4th index. Why 4 here? We will ignore this one. We can move two steps at a time, right? So we will move two steps at a time, ignoring this middle one. So next ignore 100 and move to this one. And if you move two steps here, the cost will be 100. So let's move to 1 here. Finally, we will move to 1, and from here we will move to top, right? Finally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 4, 5 and 6. Total it took us 6 steps, right? 6 steps to climb the top. So the solution is here 6. In this case, first example, the solution is 15. So the steps means the cost accordingly. 1 plus 1 here, it will be 15 directly. Here 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1. Totally it will be 6 here. I hope the question is completely clear, right? So let's discuss the approach first, followed by edge cases one by one, and then finally write the code and discuss the complexities of the code that we have written. Initially, let's discuss the approach. So let's discuss the approach step by step. Here, one thing, just keep in mind, we will be going with dynamic programming here. We'll be going with the approach dynamic programming, or DP, right? So here I have just considered the first example that they have given in the question, right? So the same thing Here, first thing we have to observe here is we can start at index 0 or 1. So let's come to the step 1 here. We can start at index 0 or index 1. We know this one, right? So this is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2, and this is nothing but top, nothing but index 3. Right. So here we can start from either index 0 or index 1. We know this. If we start at index 0, we have to pay 10. Here you can clearly see. If we start at index 0 here, we have to pay this one. How much? 10 rupees. Sorry, yeah, 10. We have to pay cost 10, right? And then we can move to index 1 or index 3. So either we can move here, then it will be 10 plus 15. Then we can just go one more step here. This will be 10 plus 15 plus 20, and then top, right? So total it will be 20, 35, 45. This is one thing, 45. Or we can do one more thing. We can just start with 10 and directly go to step 2 here directly. Then it will be 10 plus this one will be 20, right? 10 plus 20 here it will be 35. Or we can do one more thing here. We can directly start from in this case we will start from 15, because we can move 2 steps at a time, right? 15, and then what we will do, again we will move 2 steps to the top. So this will be in this case 15, right? So out of 45, 35 and 15 we will be considering the minimum from this one. So minimum will be 15. This we have to return as output. I hope this is clear. Let's see the second step. If we start at index 0, we have to pay 10 and we can move to the index 1 or index 3. So the third step is, if we start at index 1, we will pay 15 and can move to the index 3. That's what we have done here. So just give me a second here. We went directly to 15. We started from index 1 and then we moved to index 3. Means here, just give me a second. We started from index this one, index 1, sorry. Then from index 1 we moved 2 steps, right? So this one will be, in this case it will be 15, right? So that's what we are discussing here. If we start at index 1, we will pay 15 and we can move to index 3. Final one is, the optimal choice is to start from index 1 and directly reach the top, paying 15 and total, right? I hope this is clear. That's what we saw. This is the approach that we will be going with. Basically we'll be going with the dynamic programming, right? So here let's discuss the edge cases one by one very quickly and then finally write the code. Right here, the first one would be here, minimum input case. So when I say minimum input case, we are just going with 2 elements here, right? Either we can start at 1 or we can start at 2 here. So the cheaper option is to start from 1 and then reach the top. In this case output will be 1. Why? Because again I am telling, either we can start from 1 or 2. The cheaper option is 1, so the output will be 1 in this case. Let's move to the second edge case, all 0 cost. So here when I say all 0 cost, so cost I have considered 0. Cost I have considered as 0 right here. So every step is free here, so the total cost will be 0 itself in this case. I hope this is clear, right? The total cost will be 0 in this case. So the output will be 0 here in this case, right? So next one is alternating large and small cost. So you can clearly see 100, 100, 100, 1. Alternating large and small costs, right? So initially what we will do, we have to avoid 100 by stepping over them. When I say avoid, because we have to find the minimum cost to climb the top, right? So minimum cost, first what we will do, we'll go 1. We can go 1 step at a time or 2 step at a time, right? We will start from index 0, then we will avoid 100 and we will go to 1, then we will again avoid and go to 1, then we will again avoid and go to 1, and then finally top. This one we will ignore this one, 1, 2, 3 and 4. It took us 4 steps right here. So the total cost will be 4 in this case, the optimal path. So let's move on with the fourth edge case, cost increasing at each step. When I say cost increasing at each step, every next element to the current element should be greater, right? Here you can clearly see 2 is greater than 1, 3 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 3, 5 is greater than 4. So here optimal cost path will be 1. First we will start from index 0, we'll go to 3, then we will go to 5, right? In this case, sorry, we can just do one thing here. Did I get confused here? Optimal path will be here. In this case, we have to climb the top, right? Here 1, 3, or we can do one thing, 2, 5 will be 8. You can just go here. Yeah, you can do one more thing here. In this case, I got confused here. We can go in this path. First we will go to the first index. We'll start from first index and we will go to the this one, second, third index, right? Then we can reach the top here. Nothing but in this case 2 plus 4, it will be 6. Total cost will be 6. Cost decreasing at each step. In this case, for this condition, we will start from again the first index, and then what we will do, we can just go 2 steps, nothing but 6 here. In this case 4 plus 2 is 6. Again this will be 6 as well, and then we can move to the top here. This one 4 plus 2, this will be 6. So I hope these edge cases are clear. First edge case was for minimum input case, second edge case was for all zero cost, third edge case was for alternating large and small costs, and fourth edge case was for cost increasing at each step, and the fifth edge case was for cost decreasing at each step, right? So let's we have successfully discussed all the edge cases. Now let's start. So we have discussed this one approach that we will be going with dynamic programming. Initially what we will do, we will get the number of steps. So we'll be making use of length of the cost every time. So I'll initialize the length of the cost to n here for step. Nothing but we are getting the number of steps initially, right? So first step here is, let's create the DP array of size n plus 1, and let's initialize the array, or let's fill the array with initially 0, right? I can just articulate that one in the form of code in this way. So I'll just give here new array of n plus 1, and then finally let's fill this one with 0. This is fine. I hope this is clear. So let me come out of this one. Next step is, let's make use of the for loop here. For let I equals to I less than or equal to n. So let's increment the I here. This is fine. Simple for loop, right? We are starting from 2, right? We have discussed this one in the approach. So the minimum cost to reach the step I is the minimum cost of taking 1 steps or 2 steps. This we know from the question, from the approach. This we know that the minimum cost to reach the step I is the minimum cost of either taking the 1 step or 2 steps. So let's make use of the pure DP here, iterated value of the DP. So we have to go with the minimum cost, right? So I'll just make use of math.min here in this case. So here the minimum cost to each step I is the minimum cost of taking 1 steps or 2 steps. How can I articulate that one in the form of code? DP of I minus 1 here plus cost of I minus 1, and the next one I can just simply write here DP of I minus 2 here. This is for the 2 steps. This is for 1 step, cost of I minus 1, DP of I minus 1 plus cost of I minus 1. This is DP of I minus 2 plus cost of I minus 2 when we take 2 steps at a time, right? So also we need the cost of that step, right? So we are concatenating cost here plus cost of I minus 2. This has to be. So why did I give here 2? This one, let me make it to I minus 2. This is fine. I hope this is clear. So the minimum cost to reach the step I is the minimum cost of taking 1 step or 2 steps. I hope this is clear. So final step is, we have to return the minimum cost to reach the top. Nothing but n, right? DP of n. Let's do it here. Let me give here return DP of n. So let me format the code once here, right? So let me hit the run button. I hope this works. Let's see. So you can clearly see the sample test cases are getting passed here, right? Let me hit the submit button. So here you can clearly see all the test cases are getting passed here. So the code works absolutely correct in this case. So let's quickly discuss the complexities of the code that we have written here. So the approach that we went with here is dynamic programming, right? So the total time complexity here would be big O of n. So here, why the time complexity here is big of n? Because the loop runs, this for loop runs inside the this one. The loop runs big of n times. Means each operation inside the loop is big O of 1. So the overall time complexity would be big of n here, right? And why the space complexity here is I mean the space complexity here would be big of n as well. Why the space complexity here is big of n? At worst case, we have to store all the elements in the array, DP array. You can clearly see here. At worst case, we have to store all the elements in the DP array. So the overall space complexity would be big of n as well. So the time complexity and the space complexity of the code that we have written is big of n here. So I hope this is clear. So I hope the solution that we have written is completely clear. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.